Okay, so we're ready when you are.
Okay. Welcome to the September 2nd, 2025 meeting of the Parks, Landmarks, Cultural Affairs Committee. My name is Neil Barkley. And I'm the chair of the committee. Tonight, we are joined by Community Coordinator Brian Lafferty. And this meeting is called to order at 6:36. Just a reminder to the members of the committee who were zooming in, just we're supposed to have the camera on, but we've been doing this for a couple of years now, so we're all pretty familiar with it. Members of the public who are attending virtually, you can raise any questions or comments that you may have through the Q&A feature of Zoom. Members of the public who are here in person, you can raise any questions that you have by raising your hand. If there's time following the committee's discussion, we will field questions from the public. And this evening, we have a new member, Daniel Bernstein. He has volunteered to take the minute. You can never leave the committee.
I second that.
Yes. Okay.
And Shuya joined us.
All right, so now we'll do attendance. Brian Lafferty.
I just wanted.
Oh, no, I'm just gonna introduce all.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thanks, you. So we'll take attendance by roll call. I'll conduct the roll call. Committee members, I'll call your name. When your name is called, please say present. I'll announce if there is a quorum. Neil Bart,
Present.
thank you. Marty Barrett,
Present.
thank you. Paige Judge,
Present.
thank you. Anton Malner,
Present.
thank you. Reshma Patel. See Reshma, but maybe she'll join us later. Letty Simon,
Present.
thank you. Mark Thompson.
Present.
Thank you. Sarah Whittington,
Present.
thank you. Robert Barker,
Present.
thank you. Mubin Siddiqui,
Present.
thank you. Rabia Iqbal. I don't see Rabia. Daniel Bernstein,
Present.
thank you. And Shuya Zhao,
Present.
thank you. With nine, no, I'm sorry, 11 of 13, we have a vote.
Okay. Brian's gonna throw the agenda up on the screen, and that was distributed ahead of time. It's also available publicly. So if no one has any objection to adopting the agenda. All right, agenda is adopted. Let's see, then we have the meetings, the minute meetings from June 3rd, 2025. Those were also distributed before the meeting. No objections, we can also adopt that. Oh, hi. How you
And
doing?
for the record, Rachel Patel is here.
Can I get a chair?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right, so we have no objections to adopting the minutes. We've adopted those. Just like the ground rules, no one may speak until granted the floor. Committee members who are in person have a question about committee business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand and I will identify you so you can speak. Committee members unable to attend in person, if you have a question about committee business, may raise your hand through Zoom and I will identify you so you can speak. All committee members, it is extremely important that only one person speak at a time so the members of the public watching at home can understand what is being said by each committee member. And the chat function, so committee members already know, no committee business in the chat function. Okay, so we have tonight's agenda, just quickly, so I wanted to say, Daniel Bernstein is a new member of the committee. And Shuya Yao?
Ciao.
Okay, Zhao. Okay, Shuya Zhao is also a member, and Sandro Sherrod is also a member now. So we have 3 new members. Sounds pretty good.
Well.
Okay, so we will start off with the resolution. This just came in. NYPL New York Public Library, they sent their budget and priorities, the request, they sent it today. The request is for new HVAC system at Kips Bay Library. Kingsbury Library, they have a lot of foot traffic, and then especially in the summer, people who are looking for a place to go where it's cool and. You know, we have brutal summers now, so the HVAC, it does make sense for them to have a new HVAC system there. So we can vote on it. I mean, I don't think there are any objections or any. So, yeah,
Well, also, since the city has made libraries cooling centers. And New York City gets at least 17 days above 90 degrees, it's a necessity.
I saw the request coming from libraries, you said there's a resolution, did you write up a resolution also?
no
No.
resolution, so
Okay.
we were doing that before,
Yeah,
but, you know.
yeah, it's not necessary, so that's why I'm just curious, are we doing a resolution or just saying we want to add?
No,
that
I mean,
request?
we were all fine with the resolution, but some
Yeah.
people disagreed. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't wanna have the battle again.
Yeah, I'm okay, either way.
Yeah, I thought the resolution was
Yeah.
good, but it's okay. So we could just vote on this so that it's added to the budget.
Call question.
Yeah, okay.
I second.
Okay. Committee members, may I call your name, please answer in favor, oppose, abstain, or not entitled. This is a vote in favor of supporting or adding to our budget requests, the HVAC request that sent to the committee earlier today, for Ips Bay Library.
That's point of procedure. And I'm new here, so I don't know all the details, but this is adding to a budget request as opposed to in a resolution of its own.
So we're just adding budget request, that's all, not doing a resolution.
Yeah, no.
There's a question later on from but we can't answer it now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. We have to, we can't answer the question yet.
Oh, no, I just want to talk, you're speaking up.
Oh, okay, okay, well, yeah,
oh, okay, then we just speak.
Anybody speak over loud?
Okay.
Anybody got a Bluetooth, they can just sit over there programming and it tell them, give it back or they say. I mean, if I'm not, you wanna go here.
No, you're right.
We'll
try to project tomorrow.
Yeah.
well, you guys are outdoor voices.
No,
It wouldn't.
okay, we usually have a microphone there, we don't have that, Brian?
No, we don't.
Okay. Okay, so we can vote on that.
Just to, as a new member, I just want to give him more detail. Each committee of CB6 submits budget requests to the budget committee. And what we're voting on right now is to add the request that's come to us from the NYPL to the budget request for the Parks Committee. And there's an Airtable that's on the website for everybody here who wants to see what our budget requests are. You can go to the Airtable and look on the CB6 website for it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Marty?
This would be a capital budget.
Yeah, good point.
Mhm.
And besides, we have a capital budget and we have an expense budget. The expense budget is for items that would be less than 5 years worth of value and under $50,000. Capital budget could be millions.
Thank you.
All right, so we can.
Yep.
Vote on that.
Marty Barrett,
Aye.
thank you. Paige Judge,
Favor.
thank you. Anton Mulner,
Favor.
thank you. Reshma Patel,
Favor.
thank you. Letty Simon,
Favor,
thank you. Mark Thompson,
In favor?
thank you. Neil Barclay,
In favor.
thank you. Sarah Whittington,
In favor.
thank you. Robert Parkman,
In favor.
thank you. Rubin Siddiqui,
In favor.
thank you. I don't see Rabia Iqbal, Daniel Bernstein,
In favor.
thank you. And Shu Yazell,
In favor.
thank you. Okay. So the motion passes with 12 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstaining, and 0 not entitled.
Okay, and then to add it to the request, that only takes a minute.
Yes.
Okay, so we can just walk through that then, just so everyone on the committee can see.
Yeah,
we're going
just
to
so what the
upload the-
blurb-
Yeah,
Yeah, with the
exactly.
blurb in it.
Okay, so we need a short name for the request. Kips Bay Library HVAC.
HVAC. Yep. Sounds good.
Make it a little larger, because I don't think anyone can actually read it.
Oh, yes. All right, let me zoom in here. Go back for help. Okay, so this is a capital expense. Agent, New York Public Library that is requesting the funding. Obviously, the Parks, Landmarks and Cultural Affairs Committee has jurisdiction over the request. Let's see.
It's just parks, you just missed it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we just need a blurb.
Is it upgrading the HVAC system?
Yeah, upgrading HVAC system at Kips Bay Library.
And we have to just rate the impact of the request as low, medium, high, or unsure.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah,
Right.
I would put high given
Yeah.
Just
the
because of the
extreme heat.
cooling,
Yeah.
absolutely, the cooling
Yeah.
center.
Extreme heat and cuts that libraries are facing in other areas, so,
The city really should pay for it since
yeah.
they name them as cooling centers.
And community support, low, medium, high, or unsure.
I can't imagine
Yeah,
anyone
if
would be
we put
that
otherwise-
supportive of it.
Yeah, there are a lot of people in
Mhm.
Kips Bay Library.
And feasibility, I would say.
Yeah,
All right. So, we'll just- Committee. Let's see. Oh, you can see. There we go. Library. The banks. Okay. Then we can move on. Is that exciting?
okay, so that is done. Okay, next.
Do you want to read it out loud so everybody can hear?
For the agenda?
Well, so in the back, can't read it, I mean.
Brian, do you want to read that, what we put out?
The form,
For the form that we just answered?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
yeah,
put it-
we'll pull it back.
I'm
it back up.
not.
Unless you guys, did you guys
Essentially,
read it back
that's
there or not?
I don't
So
think
the
anybody-
budget
have to read it.
request is for upgrading the HVAC, the heating, ventilation and air conditioning system at Kips Bay Library.
Okay.
That is essentially what.
Okay, thank you. We'll go to the next item on the agenda, second item, report from NYC Department of Parks and Recreation, Sheena Kaufman. Hi, Sheena, how are you? Unmute. You can unmute her, just make her a panelist, that's fine.
She should be a panelist.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Sheena, we can hear you.
Hello. Oh, so it's on me first?
Yeah.
Yes, Representative.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought they was gonna do the presentation first. I'm sorry. So let me get update. So Tudor Grove Playground, starting next Monday, we're gonna close it Monday through Friday to do the repairs for the adjacent building, and we're gonna open it on the weekends, and we're gonna have it open on a holiday for 12 weeks.
Wow.
Starting next Monday. But we're gonna open it up on the weekends. And that's for Tudor Grove, because we have to make the repairs, not we, but the contractors have to make the repairs to the adjacent building. And that's what we agreed upon. But on the weekends and holidays, the park will remain open. Okay. We're gonna go into Murphy's Brothers, so I'll leave that for the and then after you see the presentation, then we can discuss any further for Murphy's Brothers. St. Martin's Park, the city council approved the Midtown South Mixed Use Plan last month, included 2.2 million for the installation of the sports lights at the field for St. Martin's Park. This is in addition. This is in addition to the 500,000. The 500,000 previously allocated by the mayor's office and Councilman Powell's for design is scheduled to begin FY 28. Okay, everybody got that for St.
Yeah.
Martin's. I guess we're going to so I guess some people have some questions about Vincent Albano. I received a few complaints about Vincent Albano about the pickleball and the homelessness that's taking place and why we can't close the park at times. Usually during the summer months, it becomes a little difficult to close when there are people that just don't want to leave the park. So our staff is not trained to engage with the public. If they don't want to leave, our staff is trained to call our main office and let them know that this park will remain open because the park patrons don't want to leave. And we keep a record of that as well. And the pickleball people, we put signs up. They have taken them down. I issued more signs on the gate, and I also had our PEP unit come around to speak to individuals about playing pickleball inside the yard. But I'm getting a lot of very negative complaints about the pickleball players not being able to play. But I know we agreed, it was a resolution that was put in place that no pickleball would be at this site. And that is what we are going to uphold until I'm told something different. But the signs are up, and we cannot have pickleball there because we have come to agreement that pickleball will not be at Vincent Albano. They can go to the nearest one, which is St. Martin's Park. I also received some complaints about the water pressure for the spray showers and drinking fountains. I'm going to have our plumbers look into that to see what we can do to raise it up for the few weeks that we still remaining in summer. And then next year we'll revisit it when we turn back on the water to make sure we can get adequate water to the park. And I guess we'll all discuss the Bell South Park dog run situation. I know there's some folks on here that would like to add an extra dog run, but we brought it to the community board, to make it fair for everyone, so they can take a vote on if they would like to include additional dog run for the bigger dogs right in the same area, or if people are opposed to it. So and that's why we're here today to speak about it. We posted up flyers around the area so people could come out and we can have a discussion on if this is something that the community will like. And I think that's it, because we have Steve wanted me to mention the East 34th Street, that EDC is preparing to submit for that open space. I'm going to tell you where is that so you can get a great idea. It's between the taxi ferry and the heliport. That 34th Street area, they're going to build a park with some workout stations. I didn't get the whole school of it, but it's going to be a park there. And once it's completed, parks will be maintaining that area once it's done. Once we have it all into play, we're going to bring it to CB6.
Okay, just, so one moment. Is everyone familiar with the site that we're talking about where the NYU parking lot was? Okay.
Next to the heliport?
Yeah,
Yes.
if anyone isn't
Oh, yeah, I
familiar.
remember that.
Okay.
West side, right? West side?
No, east side,
Right on
West
Julia
side.
Park
The east side.
What side of the hill?
34th.
It's on the right side of the hill.
I said, what about Jersey?
It's just a big unit now.
Okay,
It's
okay.
just a big empty space now. It was a parking
Yeah, it's right
lot
next,
with
yeah, it's
two-
right next to the heliport, so it's 34th and FDR.
Yeah,
But everyone knows where it is? Okay, we don't have to pull it up then. Okay,
Okay.
sorry, Sheena.
All right. So, and then you'll see the presentation for the Murphy's Brothers new bathroom, public bathroom. If anybody have any questions, I'm here to answer.
Yeah, I got a question, Sheena.
Sure.
My question is, when you see Steve, ask him when he's going to be able to get back to me. He was going to have the capital budget people take a look at the figures for the 55th Street Park. It was $2 million for the redesign, and he thinks it's been there a while. He said that might have gone up. So I just want to know when I'm going to get those numbers.
Okay, for the 55th Street Park.
Right. It was,
Okay,
we got 1.5 million for the ramp and the security lighting and the fencing. And for the park itself, that was 2 million. And he said he was going,
to look into it.
to
Okay.
look into it. So
Okay, I'll get back to you.
thank you. Or let him, thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Okay. Okay.
Gina, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Mark, so I'm hiding over here.
Okay.
For 34th Street and the parking lot, is it the entire parking lot or just a strip of it on the waterfront?
I think it's their entire parking lot that they're going to redo. I think it's their
And-
entire parking lot they're going to redo. Yes.
And make that into the whole thing into a park?
To my understanding, I don't want to quote me to be wrong. I was just told this by Steve. He said EDC is preparing to submit the open space design to PDC this fall. Construction on the top side work will begin as soon as we have the PDC approval. Okay, so that's what he said. So I'm gonna go on that. Yes, that is. Oh, one
Okay.
more thing, Dag Hammerskull. We've opened up the plaza. We finished the first phase with a couple of things that we have to work on to complete the first phase. But Dag Hammerskull Plaza is fully open for at least for the next year and a half until we start phase 2.
I see there's a member of the public with their hand raised. Well, not a member of the public, a member of the board, Kevin
Yeah,
O'Keefe.
Kevin.
So Kevin, you should be able to unmute.
Hey, yes. Hi, Sheena.
Hello.
We're so sad to see Justin, the supervisor at St. Martin Park and elsewhere, leaving. Do you have any news on who will be replacing him, I guess, as early as next week?
Yes. I don't want to jinx it yet, Kevin, because she's a great worker as well. I worked with her before, but her name is Ada Ubanis. If I'm saying her last name right. Yes, I do. I've worked with this young lady before.
Wonderful. And she's coming from the district or their Upper East Side?
She's coming from I'll give you a good example, Theodore Roosevelt Park.
Wonderful.
If you know where that's at, right? On
Yes.
81st Street in Columbus. Yes.
Thanks. We're excited about that. Thank you.
Yep.
Marty.
A question in regards to the new park at, that EDC has the property. When we were trying to build a park between 16th Street and 23rd Street, EDC was the owner of the property. Community Board 6 had to raise $8 million, which we did, to build the park. The Parks Department never accepted the responsibility of maintenance of the park. Will the Parks Department maintain this park, or is there a requirement, as DDC had with Stuyvesant Cove Park, to have an outside organization come in to manage the park.
So to my understanding, as I was told today, I don't know if anything has changed, if something's going to change after that. Parks will be responsible. We're just trying to figure out which district line it will fall under. So yes, Parks will take over. That was the agreement, and I don't see that changing. But it hasn't been done yet. It hasn't been completed. So as of today, Parks will maintain it.
Rob?
Hi Sheena, Rob here. I don't know the name of the park, but it's on 26th Street, right off of Second Avenue, between Second and Third Avenue. It's right next to that. There was an old Dwayne Reed that's now closed. And there's a tiny little park there, and it's been closed for a couple of months now. And before that, there was a lot of homeless and drug action going on there. I'm not sure if you know anything about that park at all. It's partially managed by the building that it's adjacent to. What?
No, that's not Parks.
It's 26. It's a public park. It's on 26th Street between the Second and Third Avenue.
That sounds like a pop.
That's a private, but that sounds private. That's not Vincent Albano.
No.
No. So I don't have any parks on 26th Street.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the map.
No, I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any parks. If it's a public park, it might fall under DOT. It might fall under that preview, but not parks. All my parks are accounted for. All right, under unless they gave us something overnight, I don't know. But that is not something that I'm familiar with.
Larry?
Hi, I have a question about Stuyvesant Square Park, the East Park, where the water is not on at the fountain. I understand there also may be an electrical issue. Do you have an update on that?
I don't have an update on that. I will have to look into that. We know it was something with the electrical. Hopefully something down the line has come where we coming soon to Stuyvesant. I just don't want to speak of it right about now.
I certainly missed the fountain.
Oh yeah, I think we all do. I think it's a beautiful thing. When we can't have the things that used to be and functioning like it used to be. So hopefully something good down the line is going to come.
Thank you.
That's it?
Who's got hand raised?
Okay, Robert. Yeah.
Sure. Robert, you should be able to unmute.
Yes, hello. Howdy.
Hello.
Okay, good. I
speak
just
up?
visited Dag Hammarström Plaza on Sunday, and it's beautiful, and the Hepburn Garden is very lovely. But in the years past, as I have volunteered there were homeless who moved on in. And I'm wondering, with the gates so low and the access so possible, what is being done to keep maybe the homeless from encamping there?
All we can do is monitor the area and contact PEP. People are allowed to go into the park to sit down on the bench and read, and they're not allowed to sleep and lay down and bring all of their items there, but they're allowed to be inside the park if they're sitting down and reading a book, rather they're homeless or just want a regular person that just wants to sit. When there's homeless encampments, we have to notify the city, and the city has set up homeless removal. And we do homeless removal throughout the city. It's just not enough, officers available to do them every day. But the city is trying with the homeless. It's a very difficult thing. It's not easy. It's not easy for the people that's living in the area, and it's not easy for the people that are homeless. So it's that's a very delicate situation.
Yes.
But when we have it, we address it.
Yes, I'm talking about the Katharine Hepburn Garden.
I know you're talking about that. That's
Okay.
that too, right? But it's the whole park. The guy he's sleeping around. I see him. We had a homeless removal last week. We were there. You know, the new vendors is taking over the cafe. The old vendor that was there, he no longer has the contract. So a new vendor is coming in. And she'll be taking over. She took over already. It's a restaurant that's like close around the UN. It's the same restaurant, just as on a
Yes.
smaller version. Um, I didn't catch the name, but she's just starting out. And we had homeless was around the area. And we had them removed, but that's something that we'll work on. We just have to continue to work on it. Homeless is just, a part of the city at this time until we get some
Yes.
restricted more, some more concrete laws that can back us up. But at this moment in time, we have to deal with it as it comes to our district and out throughout our parks.
Thank you, Sheena.
You're welcome.
Tess Smalley has her hand raised. Tess, you should be able to.
Yes, hi, thank you. I wanted to ask about the Augustus St. Gaudens playground on Second Avenue between 19th and 20th.
Yes.
It's come to our attention that in the plans, that I realize that this is just across the board in all the nude parks builds, but we have a concern with the height of the fence coming down. There's multiple reasons for this. One, it just seems like an unnecessary expense because the fence that's currently in place is in perfectly good shape. It's a nice fence and it has a lot of protection because this is a park used by elementary school kids during the school day and also the after school hours. And I've witnessed myself many times the kids playing and a ball will go over the fence. And if that fence comes down, there's nothing stopping them because I've seen them at other playgrounds. They'll just hop right over it. And where it is now, it keeps them safe, it keeps them in, it keeps anyone who shouldn't be in, getting in the park during the day when it's only has access for the elementary school. It keeps, people that shouldn't be coming in out. And this is felt pretty strongly across the board, within the community, the school community.
Yes, we hear that throughout a lot of the parks that when we have these fencing. Parks have this, it's the new thing they have with Parks Without Borders. And unfortunately the fencing, the lowering of the fencing is a part of that. Except for the basketball court area, which that fence will stay up. But they have decided to lower the fence there. It's the plans, and we brought the project to the community board already, and the plans are already in the works for that. I'm not going to say things cannot change. I can't say that. I'm just going to tell you what it is as of now, that the fence will be coming down, because that's the part of the Parks Without Borders. That's the cities. They're looking to get rid of the high gates at a lot of the parks throughout the city. As they doing the parks over, they're lowering the gates. We do have that at several playgrounds, and several parks. But you can always write to the parks commissioner if you feel that strongly on it and see if they can take that in consideration. But as it stands now, that's what the new playground is consistent of, us lowering the wrought iron fencing.
Yeah, and that's
Well-
what we were understanding. So we will be taking it up and have like an active push for it to be reconsidered or on a case by case basis. I understand that that's the
Everybody wants the fence to remains the same, and unfortunately, like the city was trying to get away from that, but they want the parks not to look like they're caged in. That's
Yeah.
how some
Just
people are viewing it.
the small
I get-
children aspect of it makes it a little bit
I
different.
do. I understand. I can't say, I understand people's, concern, right? But I'm not in charge of lowering the fence. To me, I think all of the fence should remain the same intact. But I'm not in charge of that. And that was a decision that was already made prior to me coming on board here.
So, Sheena, a question with that, would the parents or whoever in the community is concerned about that, would they just send direct mail to the current commissioner of parks?
You can I think you can do that. I think, our borough commissioner is, she's very understanding, and and if she feel the need that she can, you know, be heard on that, I'm sure she probably will push it through. I don't know how far she can get with it, but I'm sure if by getting the complaints and reading the complaints and seeing everybody concerns, I'm sure she could validate that and see how far it go. I can't say she'll be able to change it because we don't know that. That those decisions probably probably a little step above one of us. So I can't say, but I'm sure people voices should be heard. So if we write to her, she'll send it to the right appropriate people to see if how we can go about addressing it.
Okay. Anne is up next. I think she had her hand up.
Ann Hurst, Ann, you should be able to unmute.
Hi, Ann Hirsch, President, I'm not President, Director of Development and Garden Chair of Friends of Dag Hammarskjöld Plaza. I'm speaking to Robert Suray's question, comments, as well as Shayna's report, because we just had a site meeting last week regarding what's left to do on phase 1. The contractor, from what I understand, did sign off, but there's still a lot of open-ended details to be addressed. Among them, we did a walk through the garden section, the whole Katharine Hepburn Garden, where the new entrance gate has been added at the sculpture end of the plaza near the entrance dome at 2nd Avenue, and discussed the whole loss of plat material due to the use of big machinery and infrastructure that was improved, corrected, repaired. And Robert, to your point, we have not been in there, as you may know, for 2 years. And so the shrubbery was very overgrown. It's protruding into the pathway. To me, it's hazardous. And we got permission from Parks to actually put a sign up or something, keeping that section closed until we can get in there and prune. Now, meanwhile, the UN General Assembly opens September 9th and continues escalating right to the 23rd when you have those high-level meetings. So it's very difficult to now maneuver because you don't know when the police barricades are going to be up or how many protests are going to be taking place. But I myself am very concerned because the park in the back looks in disarray to my practiced eye. And I've been directing hundreds of volunteers over the years, as you know. So the game plan is for Parks to put down a lot of mulch to cover all these barren areas because we lost a lot of perennials. Most of the shrubs did survive, but it's very spotty looking. And then you have shrubbery just protruding into the pathways and a general kind of disarray of supplies and stuff behind the garden shed. So a lot of cleanup. But it has to be in a concentrated time period. Now, Shayna, same day that we had that site meeting, was able to get a crew over to help us move things out of the cafe shed back into the garden shed. So we are making progress. It's been a long haul for us, not knowing exactly when things were going to happen and all these different divisions of parks. But we had a really good meeting because everyone was there. The next thing that I understand is going to happen is pressure washing of the entire plaza, because even though the contractor did pressure wash, there's so much residual dirt and mud that it doesn't look like it. And the new pavers don't match the old pavers because there's so much visual difference that I'm even getting letters about it. Overall, it's a huge improvement, but it's improvement, some of which is underneath the surface. For example, all the electrical lines that used to be like spaghetti are now buried and up to code. But that caused a lot of plant life because there were big trenches dug along the retaining wall. So rather than go into a whole lot of detail, I just want to leave you with the idea that it is coming together with parks at the same time that the General Assembly is meeting on the plaza. So I don't know how much we can get done before or during September, but for sure October will be very busy.
Great, thank you. Marty?
I remember our discussion about St. Gaudens Park. I remember that they're evening out the ground so that there wouldn't be standing water. They weren't going to be touching the building, that was going to be a different project. The basketball court was going to be there. It was different seating arrangements that we changed a little bit. I did not remember anything about lowering the fence, and I think her point is really.
No,
well
Parks,
taken.
no, Parks, they did mention about.
They
the
did.
fence lower, because we had a question with Steve, and Steve said the same thing, that's where, what the policy is, and that's what they're following. And then he also said that it, following the policy, there are new fences that have been put in. It's 6 feet, right? I think the new fences are 6 feet. I think.
In some areas, they 4. It's 4.
Yeah, Steve said that they had, those complaints before, those concerns, but they haven't had any issues since.
Right.
They haven't heard anything,
Right.
they
So
haven't had
so
any
we
issues.
did that. So we lowered the fence at quite a bit parks and throughout the city, and we haven't had any issues. Surprising, it was surprising. We all had the same idea, that by lowering the fence, and this was what it's going to be. But I understand on both sides, right? And they did show how the park would look. And we made a couple of design changes because they wanted to include some of the things that the community had requested. But the fencing was something that parks would not back down from. And that was because some people did bring it up, but we did also, there's presidents there that there are parks throughout the city in areas that we didn't think it was going to work, including Bellevue South. Bellevue South has a lower fence as well. That used to be high, but it's no changes have occurred there, so it appears to be working throughout the city.
Reshma?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, this issue has come up multiple times in our meetings, in parks discussions, and we mentioned that, Sheena mentioned to get in touch with the borough head for
Right.
parks, and so in the chat, if we can share that information for Tricia, so that people know how to get in touch with her. Tricia Shimura, who is the borough commissioner,
Manhattan Borough
Manhattan Borough
Commissioner.
Commissioner for the New York City Parks Commission.
So,
I see there is a question from Ms. Ellen Playford. She's asking for, I think, examples of parks that have fences that were lowered.
So just with that one, we do have on the site, we have the plans, what the proposal is and how it will look once completed. So you can see what the fence will look like there, but for other parks, I mean, Sheena, do you have an example of another park where it's been?
Okay, Bellevue South is one.
Yes,
Everyone
yes.
in the District 6 area, we did Murphy Brothers is the second one. In the District 6 area, I believe there is. I'm trying to think of the new parks that's coming in the District 6 area. There's no fence in that Asalevi at all.
So I guess we could use the Bellevue South as an example.
Yeah, Bellevue South is well, Murphy's is the newest, but Bellevue South came first, and then we didn't have any issues. We all thought we was gonna have major problems, but it has worked out. And we did it all over throughout the city, though. If you go to some of the parks throughout the city, and I live in the Harlem area, and our gates were lowered as well. And I didn't think that was a great idea in my community. I'm in CB10, and I was shocked that they lowered the fence because I didn't think so. And so far, it's been great. It has worked out.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, thanks, Sheena. So we will move on to agenda item 3. This will be Murphy Brothers Playground presentation by DDC, Department of Design and Construction. And just one note, so the term comfort station is no longer used. It was deemed to be offensive, and you can just do a Google search if you'd like to learn more about the term. I mean, I would commend the Parks Department for getting rid of the term, not using it, but so it's, I guess like bathroom, so, comfort station is no longer used. Let's see, 7:30. No, it's wishful thinking. No. We just keep going until we can finish everything on the agenda.
Oh.
Okay.
And then when you finish everything on agenda, then you ask questions?
Yeah, is this related to Bellevue South?
Really? No, I have to make a run.
But is it related to Bellevue South?
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Well, we have to go through what the agenda items are.
All right.
Okay,
We're not.
next. Okay, so EDC, they can take it away for the Murphy Brothers Playground restroom.
I'm gonna be presenting,
Oh, okay.
wanted to stand there.
Sure.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Ray from Armand Corp. I'm representing the team for Murphy Brothers Playground. This is, if you could move on to the next slide. Thank you. So this is a design build contract.
Where is Murphy Brothers
Public
Playground?
restroom building and Murphy Brothers Playground.
Sheena may want to mute.
Sheena, yeah, could you mute?
That's not me.
With the presentation, it's hard to read the text.
And Letty also.
Maybe you can
Can you make a presentation?
X out the,
Yeah.
Maybe.
Upper right hand corner where it says view.
Thank you.
You can lower the.
Thank you.
Alright, so the restroom building is about 720 square feet with a men's room, women's room, and a mechanical room. The building is being designed to be modern, ADA compliant, and energy efficient. This is a multi-site project, with Murphy Brothers being one of them. There's 4 others across the city. This is the approximate location, this is the exact location of the building. If you're familiar with Murphy Brothers Park, the restroom building will be in the blacktop area as you enter the park on the right-hand side from DC. Okay, there's the layout, as I said, the women's room and men's room on either side with the mechanical room in the middle. And some of the elevations and isometric views. The fixtures, we have a green roof. Some additional renderings from what the finished product is to look like. These colors represent the color palette that we are choosing. Our Parks Department is choosing. So our NTP date was May of 2025 from DDC. The PDC submission date is assumed at September 2025. We're planning to submit later this month. We assume construction will start in the first quarter of 2026 with substantial completion later in 2026. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Renal and CB6 and District Manager. This is Anna Killian. I work for New York City Department of Design and Construction. This is our contact page. If you have any questions after tonight's meeting, you can feel free to email me and we will get you the response. We are requesting a letter of resolution tonight. If you have any questions, I also have on the call Devin Phillips, Parks Program Administrator, Laura Pavlonis, Parks Chief of Partners Projects from Parks, Reynal, who just presented, Magavi Dave, who's the Design Manager for Infotram, and Francisco Ruala, Design of Record for Infotram. If you have any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a water fountain attached to this at all?
Yes.
Okay, great.
All right, anyone? Yes.
So the restroom is right at the entrance of the park, and actually, to me, it looks a little bit weird. And what is the consideration behind the idea to put the restroom right at the entrance of the park?
So this is Helen Ko. I'm a DDC project manager. I can answer the question. So this bathroom is part of a city commitment to the community as part of ULURP to construct the restroom building at Murphy Brothers Park as part of the larger ESCR project, the East Side Coastal Resiliency Project. And so the Murphy Brothers Playground restroom was actually decided by that team. And unfortunately, this presentation doesn't show an image of the photo, but the previous playground reconstruction team actually left us a temporary asphalt area at Murphy Brothers Playground, specifically at the location Ray has noted, to put the restroom building. So it was already pre-decided that this was how the restroom building would be located during the initial redesign of Murphy Brothers Playground.
And from looking at it, I don't think it's a bad idea because adults, if they don't have children, they're not supposed to be in like playground. So by having it there near the entrance,
Absolutely.
you can come in, use the restroom, and then go right back out.
Right, because it's perfect. I think that's a perfect way of doing it. So you don't have just wandering adults. Besides going to the baseball field or the field there or the dog run, so they don't sit and linger in the playground. So it's having it by the entrance. If they want to use the bathroom, they don't have to walk through the entire park to get to the bathroom. We don't want that. We want them to be right there so they can, if they just want to use the bathroom and leave, it's right there and they don't have to walk through the playground. So it's a perfect spot for it.
Larry?
Yeah, Shana, I was
Yes.
just over there today and I agree that putting the bathroom at the entrance is very useful. And in connection with your coordination with Economic Development Corporation, what signage is there going to be in the area of Stuyvesant Cove Park, the Patrick J. Brown Law, East River Greenway, for people who need to go to be aware of how to get to Murphy's Brothers Playground? Will there be a map that's erected? Will there be any signage?
Well, Stivers Cove is not park. Stivers Cove is private. That's I think Solar One owns that. But our
Of Economic Development Corporation, it's run by Solar One.
Correct. So I don't know what signage that they're going to put, but once this property that we're building here, it's done and completed. I'm sure we could come up with some sort of signage to make the public aware where the closest restroom is, which will probably be Murphy's Brothers or Asalevi. Where Asalevi will be going under soon, but that will be the two closest, I'm sure. I don't know a lot about the new projects. I don't want to speak too much on it because I'm not too familiar. I just was informed today, so I don't know the whole scope of the project. But I'm sure that's something that we can, make the public aware of. That's not a hard ask.
Yes.
I had a question about the timeline for the construction of the bathroom. So it's beginning in early 2026, ending in late 2026. It's a long time, but my question is, does the construction of the bathroom impact any of the accessibility of the rest of the park while
No.
while it's going
No,
on?
no, it doesn't. You still have access to go into the playground, to the ball field, to the dog run. It doesn't have, it's not gonna, have a great, you're not gonna have a great impact. It's not gonna have a significant impact to the playground, or the remainder of the park. We've done several of these around the city. So, it shouldn't have any bearing on it. It's a great thing to have. I can't wait till this project is it started, so we can have some bathrooms on the low part of District 6.
Larry?
While the construction of the reconstruction of Murphy's Brothers Playground was going on, the City Bike Station was relocated down to 16th Street. Is there any aspect of this work that would delay its return to being on the sidewalk by Murphy's Brothers again to help people who are using the ferry?
I don't. It probably will be, because they're gonna need that area to become, to come back and forth to do different things in building the house.
Right.
But it's not gonna. It's just a small impact for a greater thing at the end.
Okay.
We're looking to have bathrooms. We're looking to have bathrooms throughout the city, and that's one of the mayor's goals, was to have bathrooms available for the people that live throughout and come visit the city, to have bathrooms available. So the end goal is what we're looking at, and then once this is done, I'm sure City Bike can come back to to this area where it won't have a huge impact on it. Just a small little inconvenience for for the bigger goal of having a public restroom that the public can use.
Anything else? Anyone else?
I just want to add that part of the location, what I remember from the original plan when they were doing it, is because also where the water lines were.
Yeah.
It
I
would
was
be good
saying
for
where they
location.
couldn't be also, because they couldn't
be proximal location to the wall,
Yeah.
That's all?
Well, sorry, there's one.
Is there
raised
more?
hand. Robert McLean, Regional Manager. Robert, you should be able to unmute.
Yeah, can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, let me start with a couple of things. Number one, I believe we're getting Ada Ubinas, and she's an acquaintance of mine. I've worked with her for 3 years when she was the park gardener 2 at Theodore Roosevelt Park. She did the maintenance on all of those. I believe she had 37 gardens, and she did the lawns as well. So she'd be a fine addition to this area. Also, tomorrow morning, about 6 o'clock, plumbers, and I'll see if I can get you some more information about that fountain that's broken. Last week on Friday, we had a huge crew that was working on the mitigation of the rats. And so they went all the way from 17th Street to 15th Street, and they treated quite a few holes. We treated the east side today, and so I'll let you know how many holes we did once I contact the people. And then this Friday, we're having a volunteer event to put wood chips on that sort of a very worn lawn on the east side. So we'll be putting wood chips on that site.
Which park is he?
Which one?
Stuyvesant Square, or the east side.
Okay.
I was just wondering which part they're putting the wood chips in.
Okay, yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Well, we'd like to thank the DDC for coming, and you're always welcome to come again. Mark, do you need a resolution? For the, oh, yeah, we asked before.
No. Yeah, they were asking for.
Yeah. Okay,
So.
I mean, we don't have an issue with it, right? It's fine, design's okay. But we could have the vote, the issue was going to be who's gonna write it.
Oh, yeah. Not good, man.
We can discuss that, but we can have a vote, we have a motion.
So, somebody has to make a motion.
Oh, so moved the resolution to support.
I'll second it.
Thanks, buddy.
I'll second.
Okay, so a motion has been made and seconded. Committee members, when I call your name, please answer, in favor, opposed, abstain, or not entitled.
I have a procedural question. Are we voting here on the act of writing a resolution or on an
No,
actual
it's talking about a
resolution
resolution.
that Mark has to write?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Unless you want to do it.
But in theory or in practice here, the resolution that we're voting on right now is to approve this bathroom being built.
Yes.
Well,
It's on the business ordinance,
You know, we're in favor.
Yeah,
We're not
to,
opposed.
be in favor of this bathroom being built.
Right, the way
And
it's
then
designed.
Mark writes the resolution, and then do we review the resolution again, or we
Yes.
trust Mark's a good resolution?
You
rather
better
than-
trust me about it.
Yeah, is that just how it works?
But then we vote on it at full board.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, thanks.
Okay, so we'll take the vote on that.
Marty Barrett,
In favor.
thank you. Paige Judge. Paige Judge, got it. Thank you, Paige. Anton Mullin,
Favor.
thank you. Reshma Patel,
In favor.
thank you. Letty Sandra,
In favor.
thank you. Mark Thompson,
In favor.
Neil Barkley,
In favor.
thank you. Sarah Whittington,
In favor.
thank you. Robert Parker,
In favor.
thank you. Rubin Siddiqui,
In favor.
thank you. Robbie Iqbal is not with us. Daniel Bernstein,
In favor.
thank you. And Shuya Zhao,
In favor.
thank you. With 12 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstaining, and 0 entitled, the motion passes.
Just a piece of information. If you vote against a resolution, you can't write the resolution.
Yeah.
It's gotta make sense.
You had your chance.
And for point of inspiration, if you do, for some reason, not like Mark's resolution, which I don't understand why you never, would, but
Yes.
at full board, you could offer an amendment if you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So now I know.
Yeah.
But I would imagine if it's someone writing it for the first time, then I assume that this board will review it at least once before
Yeah,
it goes to full
yeah, of
board.
course. Yeah, we always take a look.
Yeah.
And the office takes a look
Mhm.
too, so.
All right,
Thank you.
so we're okay. All right, we will go to the last item on the agenda. Everyone can hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so this is the last item on the agenda. We're gonna have the discussion about, but everyone knows about it already, right?
Yes.
Everywhere. Okay, so what we will do, everyone can speak, the format will be everyone can speak, we'll give everyone a minute. Mr. O'Brien, he did send a presentation, so we will give him 50 minutes to present the presentation. And
All right, great.
so the floor is yours, and can you pull that up,
Yes.
Brian?
Mhm.
You're talking to the owl there.
The owl?
It just, yeah,
It's a camera.
Hey, technology.
Yeah, he should be fine, you can still hear. from
Oh,
there.
you'll be able to hear me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
But I
Yeah.
want to get your face on the camera.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay, first, the board, thank you. I understand the majority of you are volunteers and we all appreciate it. There are about 25 of us here. We all are dog owners. Yes.
Non-dog owners are here too.
And non-dog owners.
Just park
We frequent Bellevue South Park on a daily basis. Some of us 3 times a day, some of us twice, usually starting around 7 AM, usually around 8, 9 o'clock at night. This park was closed and renovated in 2023. I believe it was $5 million to redo this park. The park has quite honestly deteriorated significantly. And when I say significantly, I mean significantly in just 2 years. The objectives, obviously, we're gonna go over this, but these two pictures in particular, I'd really like to point out. The first picture, this one, I was away in. But from the people we're a community, I should just say, I should really get it off. We are a community, we're here at a community board meeting, but we ourselves are a community, we call each other, we're part of it. WeChat, is it WeChat? WhatsApp. It's an app, we have 90 people on it, you know, we're always constantly talking back and forth, I'm proud of that. This picture, that is 5 days without being cleaned. This is clothing, this is not Bloomingdale's, this is filth. It's really bad. This picture brings me to something which we'll get to a little bit later. This is just cardboard from Home Depot or something. So every day, a white van comes into the middle of the park, they drive right in, people descend from the van and go about picking things up. Not with any great veracity to it. It is sloppily supervised, to say the least. The supervisor does not get out of the van. The supervisor sits in the van, maybe doing park business on a phone, but I don't know what. But these people meander throughout the park, pick a few things up and move on their way. Now, Serena Welch and I are usually at the park around the same time, and we are real Karens about this. Why aren't they picking this up? Why aren't they picking that up? So we take it upon ourselves to walk over to people and say, excuse me, did you not see this? Would you mind removing this from the park? Usually the volunteers, or I think they are on work release or something. I believe, I'm not sure, the people that pick the stuff up, pick up the garbage, very kind, very nice, they get it done. We could go to the next one, Brian.
Sure.
Okay, park safety. I have a couple of things to bring up with this. We have known drug dealers in the park. We all know who they are, do we not?
Yeah.
All of them, it's obvious, you can't miss it. They're also massive litterers, which that even gets me more angry. The idea that these people are selling drugs with, you know, the children are our future, right? Teach them well, let them lead the way, that whole thing. These drug dealers are 10 feet, 11 feet from a children's park.
Yeah.
On a daily basis. They do take Sunday off. No joke. They are there starting at 8:30 until 5:30, 6 o'clock every single day. Every day. It's obvious that they're selling drugs. Nobody does anything about it. Little kids in a park that was just redone are running around. Now, the people that buy the drugs, where do they go? Into the little kids' park. These people are chilling, doing drugs, where little kids run around. That's not cool. I don't even like children, quite honestly. But those kids don't deserve that. No child, no kid deserves to be in a park where drugs are a constant thing. And I don't want to run in and be, you need to get the hell out of there. I don't need to get stabbed. None of us do. So, okay, that was part of it. Smoking. And any day you walk into this park, the entire park is lit up with weed, marijuana, smoke everywhere. I walk through the park, I start smelling like pot. I don't like it. No one enforces it. Cigarettes are constant. People walking along the park, speaking with park management while they're smoking. Not cool. People that work for the park, picking up garbage picking up garbage and cleaning the park, smoking while they're working. That's unacceptable. We don't smoke, we don't do drugs, and we're subjected to this on a daily basis. No one does anything about this. This park, again, is 2.5 years old, $5 million of all of our money spent on this, and it is a disgrace. It's a disgrace for the Parks Department. It's a disgrace for our community. It's a disgrace for all of us. It's disgusting and it needs to stop. Now, last night, while watching, what's it called, Spectrum One, Gail Brewer, who is a city council member, she has a problem with people feeding the the birds. And the flying birds. People, okay, all right, I got it. So birds fly. Anyway. Last night on the TV, people are feeding the birds, then the rats come, and the rats come a lot. You know what the Parks Department did? I will tell you what the Parks Department did. They assigned 2 police parks officers to stand over and make sure people do not feed the birds. We're talking about drugs here and children and rats and birds. Well, the police are over here. They're not in our park ever. So there between First Avenue and Second Avenue, there is a cutout street. It is called Mount Carmel Place. So we'll get, Parks Department driving by, looking, and they're gone. Never, ever have I ever seen a Parks Department policeman walk through that park. The same with the 13th Street precinct. They drive by, we're all watching it. The drug dealer's like, who cares? Still doing their drugs because they're not getting out, they're not walking through the park. I'm sorry if I sound rude. I don't mean to sound that way. I hope I'm coming across okay. So along with the drug dealers and the drug sales, we now have, and thanks to Jose Perez, who's a great guy on your community board. He's responsive. He's a good guy. He helps. What I just say? Oh, sorry. Jesus. Sorry. Yeah, that's not good. Jesus. Anyway, he is a wonderful guy. He's really good. And do we get to park cleanliness? No, not yet. Okay, so the drugs, not good. Something must be done. And if you're gonna have Parks Department looking over birds, they should be looking over our park. So let's move on to park safety and a small dog run. I'll get to how this came about in a moment, but I understand that all new parks with dog parks are supposed to have 2 parks, one for little dogs, one for bigger dogs. We were told by, I believe, Miss Shimura, I believe she's the one that said this, that we need to come to you, the community board, and ask for the implementation of a small dog run. All in favor? Yeah, all these people are. So we need a formal request. I don't know how this works. I will leave this up to you, Neil. I think you would know what to do. Park safety, here is something. Madison Square Park closes in the winter at 10 p.m. Madison Square Park during the summer and spring closes at 11. Our park is open from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. in the winter. Some of us work. Some of us cannot afford dog walkers. It's the only time that some of our dogs get out and play, and people rush home to be kicked out of the park at 6 p.m. We are asking you to extend the hours. I don't really understand why we close so early. I don't get it. The park is a park. It's dark in the springtime and summertime. It's dark in the winter. And there's a lot of lights in there. So even more lights can be turned on. I think only half the lights are turned on during every night. The park, I must say, where are we at here? Well, anyway, from the entrance that I walk into the park, that's where the drug dealers are and the small little people, the children.
Which entrance?
I enter on 28th Street.
Okay. So
I can walk
you're
into that-
crossing Second.
I'm sorry?
You're crossing Second.
Yes, yes. I can walk into this park right after the rain and the lights are on, and it's a little dark. It really is beautiful. It's a very, very pretty park, and we should be proud of that. And I think the majority of us are. So the safety issues we have our needles on tourniquets, I got that right, needles and tourniquets strewn throughout the park. You know what, I don't care if you shoot up between your toenails, not my business, don't do it in a park, don't do it in public. But nothing's being done about it. Does everyone agree nothing's being done about it? And for all of you to have 26 people here, I think it shows you. And there's a lot more people that wanted to come, but it's a holiday weekend or week, whatever. So another really big problem, can we go, yeah, here we go. So we had asked for a power washing. We were told, yes, great, no problem, you'll have a power washing
In the dog run,
in the dog run.
it needs to be done.
And then it came back, nope, you have a hose, you can do it yourselves. This is a volunteer dog park. One, I don't see any sign anywhere how anyone is supposed to know that this is a volunteer dog park.
I don't know.
Do we all just know that it's a volunteer dog park? No, there's not one sign that says this is a volunteer dog park. In fact, we put up our own signs, which we understand that the Parks Department has to put up their own signs, saying, please clean up your waste. Until we had to take them down, the waste was being cleaned up by all of us that were in that park. People would be like, yo, your dog's in, your dog poop, go pick it up. And I think it said, Serena, what it said? Do your duty, P-O-O-T-Y, was play on words, pick up poop, you know? And those worked. People were doing it. They were doing it all the time. So the cleanliness comes up to another thing. I'm sorry to say this, but I think it's poor management and it's very bad supervision. I had arranged for all of our elected officials to come to the dog park. It was in June. Yeah, in June. We had our state assembly speaker, we had our state senator, we had our city councilwoman, we had the police department.
Community place.
Jesus Perez, he was there, lovely, lovely guy, and some of the Parks Department people. Now, one of our problems is a big belly trash can, you all know what that is, $6,000 for these trash cans. Well, we have one trash can in the dog park. That trash can has just finally been emptied last Thursday after 4.5 months. 4.5 months.
Why, Kevin?
I'm sorry?
Why?
Okay.
It's not empty.
Okay, so, today, if you walk through this park, it's spotless. Today, the day of a meeting. The day with all of our elected officials, a flurry of, parks people, cleaning, filling the rat holes, cleaning everything, sweeping away, using the hair dryer, that thing. No, I don't clean, so, then that was the elected officials, and then today, starting last Tuesday, every single day, the park is being swept, being cleaned, and being cleaned. To me, that's gaslighting. I don't appreciate it. None of us appreciate it. We're all kind of annoyed by that. We're very happy that it's clean. It's very possible that this park could be clean. It should be like this every single day.
Hey, Kevin, I remember you mentioning also, to go back about the one big trash can in the dog park. Is my understanding is that we were told by the park staff that it was our
Yeah,
responsibility.
okay,
to clean.
So this big belly filled for 4.5 months with dog feces. We were told we were gonna be given a key and we can clean it. I'm sorry, I have a Japanese bidet toilet. I'm not going and picking up dog shit from a big belly. They're just little bags of dog shit stuck in a bag, in a thing. 4.5 months is outrageous. And
Just to add into this, the idea is, yes, it is a volunteer dog park, and now we are aware of this. A group of us as volunteers clean the dog park as we can. Then we were told that we also have to clean the garbage of the volunteer dog park, and that the parks people cannot come in. So that they will give us access to that big belly garbage can to clean up. I'm sorry, I don't do that. I don't do it. I pick up food dozens of times from other dogs because the signs are nowhere to be seen and, you know, we don't have people picking up the food. I'll do that. I'll throw it away, but I will not go. And because I'm one of the key people who are cleaning up the dog park, I will not go and clean up a garbage that is.
You are out of order and you may speak when I am done. Okay, so, yeah, absolutely. So that is one thing. Now, I had asked the management along with Carly, I want to say Fiorina, Carly Rivera. She was standing next to me. Jose, God, I do that every time. Mr. Perez standing next to me also. And the manager of the park was like, no, we cannot move this. Now, part of being a manager is to manage. And in my opinion, and with my employees, I would expect someone to say, you know what, we're gonna empty this right now. We'll figure out what to do with the big belly, because we had asked for it to be moved out of the park, just on the other side of the fence, no big deal. We could have come to this meeting and had been told, no, that has to stay there. Or something should have been done. A managerial decision should have been made. Instead, another 2 months until we're right here talking about a big belly trash can.
So one question with that, right?
Yes.
So the manager, the parks manager, who was there, with the meeting with Jose Perez and a couple other people.
Yeah.
Was the commissioner also there?
The commissioner of all the parks?
Trisha.
Kimura, is that
Yeah,
correct?
she
Yes.
Okay.
Lovely.
Okay, so when the manager did say that.
He wasn't, no, this was a private off conversation.
Okay, so this wasn't with the commissioner. then?
No, it was not.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, so, we would like very much for this big belly thing to be moved out of the dog park. Most of us use, on the other side of the fence, there is a oil drum. We would like just one of the nicer, very tall, green, you know, trash cans that go like that. Have it, emptied every day. It's really not a big thing. There's many of them throughout the park. So we'll move on.
Kevin, can we go back to the page? that
You can bring this up when,
But it's on this section, it's prior page. with the-
You didn't do the
with
children's park.
I'm not done.
It's about the.
Yeah, so that was the big belly problem. So now the next thing we're gonna talk about is this. So a lot of people like to use the park to defecate. It's disgusting and it's on a daily basis. I believe it was yesterday, someone went in and took their fence down and defecated. So rats, we have rats. There are 3 rats that we have all watched disintegrate.
Yeah.
Not just like, I mean, you're laughing, but literally disintegrate. One on the other side of the fence and the other one some other place.
Great.
Yeah, what's that?
Eating the rats for decomposing.
It was in a park and one of our puppies found them. Our puppies should not eat rat. Most of our dogs eat organic. That's not cool. The rats literally are disintegrating and no one's picking them up. Now, this thing,
I'm sorry, I laugh because we hear a lot.
no, of course, you're allowed to laugh.
No, but we hear a lot about rats. That's the first time.
Disintegrating.
It's funny if it wasn't.
Right,
You know, it's funny if you can watch it on
You
TV.
know what, to pick up dead rats, you wouldn't have as many dead rats if the garbage was just.
We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm going as fast as I can with like 15 minutes. So this thing, I don't know what it was. Apparently, if you Google Lens it, it was $9,000. I mean, just so you all know, $9,000. So this is filled with mold.
Yeah.
Mold. So, yeah,
Oh, wow.
big that big. So this is, well, and then move it over.
You can't see it now.
Okay, so
So what, so 1 second, 1
this,
second. So that has to be in the playground, right?
this is not in the playground.
No?
The playground's up.
Yeah.
This is in the middle where the water spurts out, the little kids run through the water.
Okay, this way. Okay.
Which the water never gets turned off.
Are there any kids in there?
No, it's a complete waste.
So kids are.
There's a free public pool 2 blocks away.
Okay, so kids are not in there and then there's the water there.
No,
Okay.
Say you sure without children and there's never any children.
yeah, it's just people smoking pot.
It's
It's just, okay, stop, we're getting through this. So this is mold. It is the tree covered, the water is always moist. There's no sun to ever come here and get this out. So we are living in a mold rat infested park with drugs. All right, I'm a little dramatic, but this is true. So, these things are ridiculous, and whoever figured it out and putting these things in, that was a giant waste of money. I just think that should be said. Nothing like this is used at all. I'd like to bring something up. I have gone to the meetings for the park when it was closed. I talked to Carolina Rivera. I said, I want something, agility course for my dog. We all thought that was great. And what they gave us is a little step, and another little step. We would all like that removed. I know you paid $5,000 for it, but it's not used. It's a little ridiculous. The Parks Department has granite boulders that are accessible. They brought them down to Stuyvesant Park. We were wondering if we could get rid of this thing, but in the dog park, and replace it with boulders that our dogs can jump up on and look down on other dogs. You know what I mean, look down. So we're hoping that this is not like the biggest deal, like the trash can. Can we get rid of this stupid thing and put in some boulders? They've already been paid for by the Parks Department. So mold seating areas down here, you're not allowed to be in here. Oh, there's a dead rat. Dead rat.
Yeah, I saw that.
You're not supposed to be in that area unless you're accompanied by a child. Well, kids don't really go in there, and just people smoking pot. I do want to say that a lot of people come to this park from the hospitals that work there, sit and eat and enjoy. People do come in and sit and talk. The basketball people, they're great. They have their own community. It's the people sitting around them smoking pot, leaving their trash behind. There is a workout section. It's only a pull-up bar, but between 11:45 and 1 o'clock, there's probably 15 guys working out together, showing each other different workout techniques. And that's a community in itself. None of us really deal with the children's thing, but we do see a lot of drugs going on in there. And then we gone to the trash? I think that will be next. Can we go to the next thing? Park cleanliness. This is not a one-time occurrence, not by thought. So I walk by this is at 28th Street. This is at least the 5th time. I have pictures on my iPhone. I walked by it and I thought, why should I give a shit? Or why should I care? Excuse me. But I do. I can't walk by and think this is just filthy and disgusting. And the rats. How does this happen for 5 days? I can't understand how this, and these two are right next to each other. That's how the trees right here, then there's that and that. How is this not seen? How is this by management and supervisors not seeing that garbage is overflowing? And then we're surprised about the rats and the deteriorating rats and the rats that get to eat. This is unacceptable.
So one question with that one, so that one looks like it is in the playground?
Yes.
Do kids use the playground?
Yes.
Do kids use the garbage?
No, the playground, or they in the.
What they do? What?
So there are kids in the playground?
Yeah.
There are kids in the playground. They're not kids from the neighborhood. Kids in the neighborhood, the parents won't bring their kids into this park. That's straight up the truth. They're mostly parents that come from the hospital, and then they stop in the park and they play. But
Community kids that play there.
I don't know how often you see
And
that.
I know their parents, and they go and they play in the.
Okay, we'll get to that afterwards.
Okay, so there are kids there and that's the.
Yeah, but this is adults.
Overflowing.
But for 5 months in a row. And I was away for a while, and I come back and it's still like this. It's a constant.
So this particular incident, as Kevin is saying, was like this for 5 days. And I can't tell you how many messages I sent to complain about no trash pickup. So it's right there.
Who did you send the messages to?
To the number that, the 311.
311, okay.
File this, the complaint.
Is there a stewardship group there in
Yeah,
this
that's,
park?
I think there's
A friends group? Is there?
Friends of Bellevue Park South. I thought there was a friends group.
What is that? What is Friends of Bellevue? No.
Wait.
No. Where's that?
Okay.
I'm from the original, I'm from way back, we're going over 20 years. Okay, the groups have changed over the course of time. So there were 3 groups with Bellevue before COVID. During COVID, people moved away, somebody's in Vancouver, somebody's somewhere else. You know, all these people who were the head of the group are gone. It was Friends of Bellevue South Park, Kids Bay Alliance, the Kids Bay Dog Run. Everybody has split, but the thing is also that when the park was reopened, nobody got contacted. We wound up at the grand opening of the park because, we saw signs and we got just, the hint from the workers that were finishing the work. But nobody contacted anybody. So right now, between Serena, Kevin, and it's been me, and there's another woman who is kind of, she's got a lot of things going on. It's been it, but when I've tried to reach out to some of these other people who were involved, who were the head of the groups, it's always like I'm getting circles, I'm going around in circles. So they're right now, Friends of Bellevue South Park, he left to Aaron Humphrey, who was part of the community.
Yeah.
That's
what they need,
Okay,
friends
you
group.
also know Aaron. So he left, he went moved to
Philadelphia. He's in Philadelphia.
but nobody else was given. that.
Okay, great.
So this, but there is nobody taking charge of a title of the group.
Okay, instead of cross talking, can we just get this finished, please? What is your point by that?
No,
I asked the
curious.
question.
Okay.
They're for friends because they're the ones that advocate, like for instance, St. Martin's Park has a really good friends group that gets a lot of the stuff done that they need to get done.
Okay, great.
So that's why I was curious.
So it's not happening.
Yeah.
And this part is the cleanup crew that comes through, I assume. It's not us. It's not gonna be us. So, the trash can. Homeless encampments, that is a whole thing that you guys can't do anything about. I understand that. Landscaping, we have a master landscaper here. Who has volunteered. This is Candace Peterson. If I come stand up here.
I'm gonna lean against the wall. I'm not feeling 100%.
Okay.
So bear with me, please.
So right now, most of the plants are dead. Almost everything's dead. All of the Pachysandra, which is thousands and thousands of dollars is spent,
Crazy.
planting them. They're all dead. They're all gone. Weeding, non-existent, does not happen. The trees are where people go to defecate, not cool. Candace has come up with an entire plan. An entire plan of action. Now, when contacting the park manager, something was said in not a polite way, in an impolite way. Also indicating that anything that's gonna be done in this park, we need to know who you are, and you need to be assigned being a volunteer. Well, this is 2.5 years in. Nobody's ever asked me to be a volunteer. No one's ever said, you can't do this to volunteer. They're happy if I pick up the dog shit, that's fine. They're happy if we all constantly pick up trash. We do that. But not knowing and being rude to someone that wants to help is unacceptable. Some people can show you a face very plainly here. I could be the most horrible person on earth, but I'm trying to come across as decent. And I think that might be happening. So now we're gonna go and Candace can tell you what she would like to do.
Might need to leave a little bit early.
Okay,
So just really quickly to talk about my background a little bit, I've been in gardening for 40+ years. Much of it was as a hobby gardener, a lot of it was as a volunteer gardener in urban gardens. I lived in DC for many, many years. And also in Northern Virginia and the different communities there. For both edible food producing gardens and also ornamental gardens. The last several years that I was in the DC area, I was a member of the Master Gardeners Program. If you're not familiar with it, it is an extension of the land college and land university in each state. Every state in the US has at least one program like this, except New York City doesn't have any. But master gardeners are expert advisors to the community and to community groups on designing, implementing, maintaining. And our emphasis the last several years have been on creating sustainable, low maintenance gardens, often leveraging native plants as much as possible. The things that are gonna withstand the climatic changes that we already see in place. So regarding the park and the landscaping, I live right next door. I'm in the park all day long. I have 3 little dogs. I noticed that the park was sorely in lack of maintenance. So together with some other folks, Kat, Maritza, some other volunteers, we just jumped in and started weeding. And we were hand pulling weeds. So 6 weeks later, we're almost done. We have 1 more section left to do. The next thing that needed to be done would be soil improvement, and then, discussion of what kind of plantings are gonna go in there. We did some brainstorming on it up at the top, and we had identified only a couple areas that we thought would be worthy, and valuable for impact purposes if we were to plant in them. However, having said all of that, after being in that park and being in the soil and seeing what's in the soil, what's behind the shrubs, having people come and defecate like 5 feet away from me as I'm pulling weeds, I question whether it makes any sense to do any type of gardening in there other than cleanup until we get fencing. Because there's very valuable, healthy shrubbery in places that could be better protected, it could be underplanted. There's other areas that are sorely in need of being prettied up, like we have up there. But without fencing around it, it's just a complete waste of time and money.
Please note that's AI, that's not what our park works
Right.
like.
So, I had talked to Lexi about some of these things. He was Kat and my point of contact for this, and we told him that we were weeding. He said, fine, go ahead. I said, I'd like to do a little bit of shrub trimming. He said, go ahead, but wait till after the September 2nd meeting before you do anything beyond that. So there we are.
One of the things that we are asking for is this kind of fencing. So people are not trampling into it. If we do go ahead and get a grant for flowers and shrubberies and such, we would be asking for grading like that.
Yeah,
Fencing.
that's a 4-foot black coated wire fence at Madison Park. So we would want the same. And because anything shorter than that, people are just gonna put a foot in and vault right over it.
And the other thing is just for our safety, if it's gonna be volunteers doing the gardening, is we would like to have like someone from wildlife management come in and.
Wait, can we just let me
inspect
get
the
this
land.
finished?
It's with gardening.
Oh, yeah.
Inspect the land before we do anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's safe before we even put our hands in there.
So what we're asking for is to get rid of the plants, the dead scrubs, the dying due to lack of care. And using the garden beds, being able to, they're trash dumping grounds. Everything is thrown in there and it's just a lot of garbage. What needs improvement are these areas right now. This is the entrance to the park. The Second Avenue on 27th Street, straight dab in the middle of the park. There's one on each side. Right now, there is nothing in there. It's just barren and it is dirt. It's just barren and dirt because they took out all the dead weeds.
Okay.
I'm almost done, so sorry for going so long. The fencing, the mulching throughout the park. There's no need for us to start any of the planting now. It's a little too late until we know that we can have things like this and the mulching and help from the city and be approved for being volunteers.
So
So-
who applies for the grant?
I'm sorry?
Who applies for the grant if you're not a friends group? Are you all applying for the grant? For discussion?
Didn't get there. We have to do, may I say this? The other building, is that done yet?
So one of the aims is to possibly be the group that benefits from the ULERP money from 455 First Avenue.
I see.
So as of right now, I understand that the grant had to be in by the 21st. And none of us had We have our own private, none of us had anything. We didn't want to be responsible for the money yet. But when you're talking about the Parks Department, we think would be responsible for the money and us as a council would decide what would happen. So our specific requests, you again, Brian. We're never gonna get any help from 13th Street, 13th Precinct. It's just not gonna happen. But again, back to the rats and the birds, if the Parks Department can spare people, officers, they need to give us a commitment of maybe 3 months of going through our park constantly to stop the smoking, stop the drug dealing, stop the drug use, and stop the smoking of weed. It can't just be them walking through once or twice and everyone knows that.
What did, the 13th precinct say? Or you said
They
they were.
genuinely don't come when we call them. Like, I have called them multiple times when there has been an individual in the dog park with me blocking the exit with a weapon. I could not get out. I contacted the police department. They said, we're sending someone, and no one ever came for 2 hours that I was stuck there.
I called
This is
the
not the
police.
first time that's happened.
I called the police when 2 guys had just injected themselves and went apeshit. And when I say apeshit, I mean, they were climbing on the, what do they call it? The fences. They were nuts. They were running around the children's daycare area. I called the police, I'm like, sounding like I am now. I'm like, there are crazy people in here with pipes. Nobody came. Nobody even drove by. Nobody. I mean, we deserve better. This park deserves better. The children deserve better.
So just, okay, Marty, you were.
Yeah, until '92, I was the president of the Phipps Plaza West Tenants Association and the president of Bellevue South Park. We were incorporated. The council member, at the time, Antonio Pagan, spent $2 million. That was his entire allotment. This was 3 redevelopments ago. And we regularly had meetings with the 13th precinct. We regularly had meetings with the people at the shelter. Phipps Plaza West had a camera that was on the building at 27th Street, focused into the park. It was being monitored. Phipps Plaza donated dollars that we hired people from the shelter to every day do cleaning. We hired them 19 hours a week, so we didn't have to pay workers' comp. But nonetheless, they regularly spoke to anybody who would try to just sleep in the park or do any of these things, because they were comrades and they taught them that you can't do this because you're doing it to ourselves. We regularly had drugs and needles and all of that. In attending the 13th precinct council every month.
We've all been to that.
Yeah, well, we managed to have the precinct come through at least 3 times every day to clear out people who were not doing what they were supposed to be doing. Again, we were a 501c3, so we were able to get dollars donated and use them to pay whoever. Yeah. The Parks Department definitely has to deal with the garbage. There's no question about that. That is their job. As far as you being volunteers, I'm currently the president of the Stuyvesant Cove Park Association. We've had 100 volunteers doing plantings and weeding and all this kinds of stuff prior to the revamping of the park since Hurricane Sandy. But all this is very possible, and it's possible to get done. That the precinct is ignoring you is quite amazing. That the Parks Department is ignoring you doesn't work for us.
Yeah, I agree. That's why we are here. Thank you
Let
very
me-
much.
Hello, can I speak to some of the concerns and questions you have?
This.
All right,
Yeah,
so
Sheena, 1 second, so you wrap this
I'm
up.
just gonna wrap this up.
Thank you, so.
Yeah, thank you.
Taking a bunch of.
So, we got that. We're looking for regular rodent control and eradication. I mean, we're in New York, we understand that's hard, but really deteriorating rats on the ground, not acceptable. Power washing of the children's area, the mold, the actual children's area, the little park part, and for our dog park. But we'd also like to have that every other month, every month, have some type of schedule so that can be happening, instead of being told, yes, you can have this, and then being told, no, you can't have that. That's completely unacceptable. I don't understand that. We do need more trash cans or trash cans moved around. The drug dealers need trash cans because they just keep throwing the garbage behind where they're sitting. The removal of the trash can from inside the dog run. And signage, no smoking, dispose of litter and trash cans, dispose of pet waste. This is 100% volunteer dog park, something to let people know that this is the way it is. Also the signage, the signs going into the park, all three are different, all three tell you different things. Different hours, one says it's open year round from 6 AM until 10 PM. The other one says it's closed from October through whatever at 6 PM.
Do you have any specific things on this?
The dog waste bag dispenser. Poop bags. I have seen poop bags the week or the month that the park opened. Never again have I seen dog poop bags, ever again. Asking management, why is this? The response was, it's very hard to get.
So we have all this.
Now let me just address some of his concerns. And that's first getting back to the dog run. The dog run, before a dog run is established in any park, there is a dog run group.
So Sheena, just 1 second, so your group is in favor also of the small dog?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It is a safety issue.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, Sheena.
All right, so before we can establish a dog run, right? And we're in favor, just to back up a minute, we are in favor of having an additional dog run. But before this can be taking place, for every park that there's a dog run, there has to be a group, because the city of New York, right, the Parks Department workers are not allowed to go inside the dog run. That is something that has been established and on record, that they're not allowed to go in dog runs. The workers aren't. All right, let's say that. That is why there are groups in place to manage and take care of it. We do what we can to give them the all of the tools that they need to make it happen and make the dog run well. And saying that about the Big Belly was established prior to us getting there. And they wanted that Big Belly there because they wanted to keep the smell down from the odor from the buildings next to them, because the odor was bothering them because they had open cans. I gave a key to the K9 group so they can change the can there. It was agreed upon once we have this meeting on the 2nd, if everybody agreed to remove the Big Belly, then I will remove the Big Belly out of the park so that they can have an open can if they choose to have that. And all bags that's in the dog run people are to bag it and put it outside of the gate, and my staff will pick the garbage up. You're absolutely right. Hold on, let me finish. I didn't interrupt you. Your concerns are legitimate. Your concerns are legitimate when it comes down to the maintenance, right? We didn't have a lot of staff. We had a lot of trouble with staffing, but I am all for what you're saying with the maintenance of this park. We do go there every day, but we don't get a chance to do deep cleaning as it should be. It's a big, huge park. We should have enough staffing to be able to maintain it and thoroughly clean. Sometimes we just don't have enough staff daily to address those sort of issues. And that's
Well, then
something
may I-
that
may I- may I
hold on.
interject? This comes down to management and management.
I know,
decisions.
no.
I don't ask you why we speak.
You let me
This
finish because
comes
I didn't interrupt you. I did not interrupt you at all. I respectfully listen to I respectfully listened to everything you said, and I took that into consideration, right? And sometimes we have to change up a little bit before we can get to other things. Our main concerns before we hit any outside playgrounds are to get the playgrounds where children's are mostly playground standalone playgrounds like Vincent Albano or Augusta St. Gardens, right? We go there first. We do get to Bellevue South a little later because the other playgrounds are adjacent to schools. So we try to get to them first before we get to there. But picking up that speed, you're absolutely right. It shouldn't look like that. You're absolutely correct with that. We take on the reason why the 9 o'clock hour is there is for safety issues. This park, before I got there, already had that established because the precinct wanted us to close it at 9 o'clock because of the danger zones that was happening in the drug dealing, the shootouts, the fights, the gang violence. They wanted the park to be closed at 9 o'clock. So we agreed to that because we had the backing of the precinct. Our park enforcement is very limited, and they spend a lot of time going through several parks throughout the city, right? On the lower end. They don't start to 10 o'clock and they end at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. It's an 8-hour tour. They start at 10 o'clock. It's not enough funding for them to start earlier like they should be and be able to spend enough time in several parks. It's just not enough for them to do so. That's something that we've all brought up to our upper management. The things that I can take care of is the rodent mitigation and the cleaning of the park and getting volunteers to come in and help assist with the cleaning. We want you to volunteer, but we need a record of it just in case something happens to any of the volunteers that's working inside our park, right? And we like to keep a record so we can acknowledge the work that the volunteer people are doing. So I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I'm all for all the groups that want to participate and help us out because we can't do it alone, right? There are a lot of factors over in Bell South, you know, that we need a whole community to help us with. But the signage, I put up all the extra signage there. I put up the signage where they requested that they wanted the signs. The doggy bags, the city doesn't have anymore, right? And once they get the doggy bags, we will make sure that we put them in there. The garbage is something I'm going to work on with my staff, right? My regional manager is on here, and he's a master gardener as well. So he can assist with if anyone wants to become a volunteer, he can assist and direct you according to what park standards are. So he will work with you on that. Once you sign up and become a volunteer. So I take constructive criticism. And when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But when I'm right, I'm right. And our team failed, but we do an excellent job as well. We do. We take our time and we go through these other parks, and some parks are much more difficult than others. And Bell South happened to be one of the parks that's very difficult. It's drug related, it's gang related, and there's a lot of issues within that area. But there's also promising things that can happen. We can't do it alone. We need NYPD, and of course we need park enforcement. So all of the little things that we can do, that I can do under my preview, I'm going to do, right? I'm going to do. But we definitely could use a bunch of volunteers to help us, because I use volunteers for that park throughout the year. when they want to volunteer for Bell South.
Now, do you know the process like to be a volunteer or to sign volunteers?
Yes, so we're gonna, so they're gonna go through, so that we're gonna go through Lexi. So I spoke to Lexi already, right? And they asked for fencing and all of the things that they asked for. I asked Lexi, let's go through, let's get a grant and let's try to get the things that they need, that they want to do, but first sign them up to be the volunteer so we can use them as, this is the group, we're getting it for the group, so they're helping within our park. And these fundings that he asked for, he can substantiate those funds by working with the group and saying that this is what they're doing within the park. So I did explain to him to get the group, but I wanted to wait to this meeting so that we can establish. Lexi couldn't be on this call, but I told him I will bring him back the information.
Okay, so just one thing, because we were talking about volunteers and everyone here is volunteering, right?
No, not at all.
I guess some of the people that were speaking, they were talking about that.
That was Candace who left.
Okay, so
We're volunteering like on our own, like we just
right,
don't clean,
right,
but we don't
right.
have.
Let me just point something out that Sheena just said.
One moment.
Does this look like it's
wait.
the first thing that
Wait,
they clean every day?
But she's saying she will address that.
We have to just, we have to go to the volunteer part, right? The reason why I'll say that is that we have people who are interested and they want to volunteer. So we have people who are taking care of the park and they want to help and they're going to support the Parks Department. She said that her manager, Robert, and I think Lexi, they can also help to, I guess, like put together what the process is so that everyone is volunteering. They can be registered, they can sign up, and then you can help with the Parks Department, or you can do what you have to do. So I think it's really important that we at least make that connection there.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all. So if we
And if you take a vote today that, because we asked for everybody, I posted all these posters, if they want the big belly to be moved out of the dog run, because I wasn't going to do it at that time, because my commissioner told me we cannot do that until we get everyone involved to agree. And I put enough posters out there, we posted it on CB6, and we told everybody to come out. If those they didn't come out, and the group that's there right there votes that they will like it out, then I will remove it.
Okay.
Can we vote on the small dog park as well tonight then, Sheena?
I said to you, I'm all in favor for the small dog park. I already talked to the commissioner before this meeting, and we both were in agreement of having the small dog park, but we had to wait to this meeting because we wanted everyone to get the opportunity to speak if they wanted it or if they didn't. And it's only fair to do it that way and not just take one group and say we're going to do what they say when there's other people that live in the community.
No, agreed. Thank you, Erin. Thank you.
Dana, I just want to say, we do appreciate the Parks Department and all the work they do. We understand the city is underfunded across the board in all departments and not the Parks Department. I have worked directly with Lexi, who's been great and has been very informative and helpful. And I understand that there's a process. And I guess we're just very frustrated because it's not just one issue with the park. It's just multiple issues and not even knowing how to go about addressing all of them at once. But it sounds like tonight we can have a resolution for the big belly garbage. It sounds like that if you can let us know the next steps and what you need from us as a community to move forward on a small dog park, whether it has to be voted on, whether you need help planning it, or let us know what we need to do to move a small dog park forward. It sounds like that, and let me know if I'm incorrect in any of this, for the landscaping, that's something that we can coordinate with Lexi and we can sign up as volunteers. They're the master gardener that can work with Candace, who's our master gardener in the group, and we can start working on the landscaping. It sounds to me that the two bigger issues that we don't have an immediate resolution on would be rodents is something you said you could work on.
Yeah, so we're gonna work on that because we just got our department just got some extra funding to be able to hire more exterminators so we can be able to deal with the high volume of this rodents. It's just not enough. 1 or 2 people is not going to take care of the Manhattan borough. It's just
No.
not, they're just not gonna, that's just not gonna happen. I have a dedicated staff that at Stuyvesant, but I take my dedicated staff that's at Stuyvesant and they have to do it once a week at Stuyvesant, but that comes with a lot of volunteers and a lot of funding that Stuyvesant has already established, the Friends of Stuyvesant. So that came with a lot of that funding. If you want to change that to a dog run, we could work on that, but long term, you're gonna need funding to be able to make a better dog run at that particular area. But small things we can do and establish until you get acquainted with how things work with parks and how you can go about asking for funding. I believe someone said about the 501c. If you get your 501c, that's even better, because you can advocate for funding yourself for that particular area and get funding to be able to do different things that make changes.
It would be better to one moment. The committee
Hi.
member.
I'm Mubin, I'm one of the committee members, but I wanted to talk outside of the CB6 purview. I've been a steward of a park on the Upper East Side for over 10 years. I've worked very closely with Sheena. And from a practical standpoint, I truly, truly appreciate your frustration. We have almost a 3-acre park. Sheena, correct me if I'm wrong, with all the problems that you've identified. When we went in there, what Neil was saying, your first step has to be that you agree on becoming a group of volunteers. You become ideally registered, what they're talking about, and we can help you with that. But I'm just saying it's important to first become a group and then establish communication with people in parks. So you're not going randomly to people, but you will have to take the ownership of leading all the initiatives. They will work very tightly with you in concert. But if you truly want these problems resolved, we bring 100 volunteers twice a year. We do everything from planting to mulching, to cleaning, to painting in 3 hours. But you have to take the onus. We also work with a dog collective that was formed there to take care of just the dog related issues, so that the dog owners were also well represented. But I'm just saying from a practical standpoint, we can cherry pick every issue you've said and, make a complaint, but a productive outcome would be that you all become volunteers, a friends group, whether you're registered or not, and establish contact with the Parks Commissioner. Find someone who will be responsible for your group, because every group gets its own outreach coordinator, and your life will change. And Sheena has made a commitment, and when she says she'll do something, she will do something.
Yeah, okay, so, thank you. And I think basically what I'm taking away from all this is exactly what you said. I think we need to be more officially organized and work in an official capacity with the various departments that are involved, whether it be Parks, NYPD, so on and so forth. My understanding is the KBK9 volunteer group that Maritza was a part of like 20 years ago, that is an organization, but I've been here for about a year, a little over a year. I don't know what the organization is. I don't know who's in charge of it. I don't know what
They don't have a website or anything?
I haven't seen any of them.
I think with that one, right, those with different organizations and people who are involved here, I think working with Lexi with the partnership for parks, and then also I think with Robert, we can understand, again, the volunteer part, because regardless of what the groups are, if everyone does want to volunteer, at least that's one part, you get that part down, and then you understand who the different groups are and what they'll take care of. I know Stuyvesant Square Park, we have one group, they not necessarily just focus on one park, but they do a lot of work in the East Park, and then there's another group that does a lot of work in the West Park, but they also, work together on some things. So I think that's something, volunteer, understanding, what the different groups are, but I think just because it's getting late in the evening, because, we'll put a resolution together, because I don't know, some people cleared out.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that is against the small dog run?
Oh, I have a quick question for this small
There's
dog.
also, so just one point, I'm sorry. No one is against it?
No.
Okay, so we can probably move forward with this thing quite quickly.
I do just wanna make note, these were not dog owners, they are park, patrons. We have a father here who has a child goes to the park. I just wanna make sure that it's more than just dog people that are represented here today, that it's a community.
Okay, they as well.
I
guess the question is not against the small dog.
Okay. Okay, so no one was against the small dog run, but I think we can start. Yeah, I think we start moving towards the resolution.
Sure.
A quick question for the small dog run. So will this small dog run be divided from the current dog run, or will you just use extra land to have this small dog run?
So there's open land right next to it right now. That
It's
is
the old dog run.
It's the old dog run and it's just like dirt. So there's a small fence. I think it would probably have to be raised a little bit higher. But other than that, the land is there right next to it. So it would just be, just like at Madison Square where
It
it's
is,
right next to it.
now it is pretty underused land,
It
and
says
you want
nobody
to.
allowed. It's just land.
It's just lawn,
It's
it's
just a patch
barren
of dirt.
land, it's shaded, you can't use it, the ground is not even, you can't plant, nothing will grow there. It used to be the old dog run. And they built a new dog run and we're proposing to make that old dog run for the little.
For the
dogs.
small dogs, so
Because
we
it's,
put
it's
back
right
into
size
two,
of the
if you
dog,
will.
right? It has gate, it has everything you need with these
Make them
permissions.
I'd like to make a motion that we vote on a resolution in support of a small dog run in the park, and also Sheena, do we need to say we'd also like to have the Big Belly taken out of the dog run?
Yeah, yeah, I would like to have that so that when I take it out, if I get any
Okay, can you add to that? Okay.
any
We'll do it for
pushback
you.
from
Okay.
someone else, that they're
Yes,
they're
we have
aware that
small dog
everybody
run
agrees.
And removing the Big
Big
Belly.
belly
From
removal.
inside the
Any-
dog.
Yeah, from inside the dog. Is there anything else that we should include in the resolution? Sheena, what else do you need?
Extending
No,
the.
no.
Yeah,
No, that'll be it. Long as that is, so I just wanted to have that in writing. And
Those
that
two,
be
you need
fine.
those two.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
We could do that. And the trash can on the other side of the fence, since the Big Belly's being moved.
It might, if it's moved outside.
So
the
there's,
dog
there's,
run,
yeah,
perimeter.
there's a fence, the Big Belly's here in the dog park.
Sheena, do you need us to ask for?
Yeah, wait.
Could you speak one at a time? I can't
What-
hear you.
Yeah, 1 second, because we have people online, they're not gonna be able to hear. So just going through it, like Mark said, right? One, the big belly removal from the current dog run that we already have there. Two, support of the small dog run. What else do we need? What's
Sheena, do we need to ask to have additional? The fancy trash cans put in there, the tall ones with the like bubbles?
So we only time we get additional fancy cans, like you would say, is when it's is
City
within the
council.
capital budget, or they're purchased through the
Yeah.
council women or something like that, or I get some if another park is closing and they ask me for some. I think I have a few and St. Barton's that I can give them one, but please recognize that we're gonna put the can inside. The dog people are responsible for
That's what I'm
taking the
saying.
bag out and put it outside
So
of the gate.
Sheena,
So,
And
okay.
that's
I guess the request is to put any, so we're removing the Big Belly or anything else.
Yes.
To put it outside the perimeter of the dog run so that it can be maintained as others are. That's
Yeah.
the request.
Okay.
All right, so you if the big belly, if you want it out, do you want me to remove it entirely?
No,
And put-
they
and give you
need,
the
they need to
can?
dispose of trash. They just want it to be handled by parks. So that's why
But
we're
we
asking.
cannot handle.
exteriors.
Well, we cannot handle any dog run trash. It has to be a trash can within the dog run, like all
be
other dog
outside.
runs.
No, they're
Sheena,
going to it outside either.
We're going to remove the big belly from inside the dog park. We'd like to keep the big belly because we're already short on garbage, disposal within the park. So we could just place it somewhere else in the park so it's utilized. But outside of the dog park, we'd like an open mouth garbage so that when we're in the park, we can just, pop it right over and throw our waste away. But nothing will be, no garbage cans will be inside of the fenced park, dog park.
Okay.
So
Does that
So-
make sense?
Yeah.
it does to a point, but so dog runs, you have to have a trash can inside.
No, you don't. Other dog parks don't have them.
Or within the fence area that it is, because
Iverson,
yes,
the dog park doesn't have it inside, it's outside.
So, and the trash from the dog run people, we dispose of it. We throw it away. We put it in our garbage. To my understanding, and I'll get much clarity on that, is that there's trash cans within the dog runs, and all dog runs that I have managed. That's how I have it, and all of the dog runs that I have. that they take the garbage and they put it outside the fence.
So let's,
Either
well,
lots of square.
let's remember immediate property,
Yeah.
let's figure out that.
One and two.
Yeah.
So who empties the trash in the dog run? Yeah, like
Dog
that.
Run Association.
Yeah.
So one second. One second. So we're just gonna go one
One
and
and
two
two,
then.
and we're gonna ignore the trash can
Yeah,
issue for
Big,
now.
yeah, big belly removal.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
And
Support for
also
the small
we'll do
dog.
the small dog run in favor of that. Okay, so that will be the resolution. And then on the side part, just something can also be done practical, the volunteer, right? To see how they can volunteer, how they can work with parks, partnership with parks. And then two, can we get the extra trash can? I think that is at St. Martin.
Yeah,
I
but
will
that's a
bring
sheet of magic, that shouldn't be the
So,
resolution.
so let's just do the resolution part.
Yeah,
So,
those two.
all right, the motion, yeah.
Question. And then some of the other issues that they're talking about are,
So it's just one second.
some of the other issues that they've talked about are also the hours. That's something that we can't
That's something
include in the
separate.
resolution.
Yeah,
I-
that's
I'm not-
separate. No, that's separate.
One
in
at
my
a time,
opinion-
I can't hear you with everybody talking.
Yeah,
I'm-
so, all right,
The
let's just go
hours,
forward.
Now,
Yeah.
And they just supposed to say something about the hours.
One
the
second.
hour-
Sheena, yes,
the hours now was determined, we went over this with NYPD, and I am in agreement with NYPD that 9 o'clock should be the turnoff time. That
But
they
it's
fought
not
hard
at
to-
But Sheena, they're saying it shuts down at
Okay,
6.
all right, okay, so let's step away from that. Let's go ahead. Mark, you made a motion, so, you know,
Yeah,
we'll
so
go forward with it. We'll add those.
a
three
resolution
things.
supporting the creation of a small dog run adjacent to large dog run. And also removing the big belly trash can from the dog run, somewhere else in the park.
There you go.
Wherever Sheena wants it, it goes.
Okay,
And that's
all
it.
right.
And what are next steps?
Well, let's do this, let's do the resolution
Yeah.
first.
What we'll do, we'll go ahead, we'll vote on it. If this passes, then we'll go to the full board, which we next week.
Committee members, when I call your name, please answer in favor, oppose, abstain, or not entitled. Marty Barrett,
In favor.
thank you. Paige Judge,
In favor.
thank you. Anton Mulliner,
In favor.
thank you. Reshma Patel,
In favor.
thank you. Letty Simon,
In favor.
thank you. Mark Thompson,
In favor.
thank you. Neil Barclay,
In favor.
thank you. Sarah Whittington,
In favor.
thank you. Robert Parfit,
In favor.
thank you. Mubin Siddiqui,
In favor.
thank you. Javier Paul's not with us. Daniel Bernstein,
In favor.
thank you. Shuya Zhao,
In favor.
thank you. With 12 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstaining, 0 not entitled, the motion passes.
Neil,
So
can I
is
just
Saba
make,
gonna write the resolution?
I will assist you.
so, Neil, let me make a correction that they're saying.
So, okay, so just, all right, so it passes, you know, this resolution is passed, the committee will put it together and then it would go to a full board next week. Yes, Sheena?
So I want to make a correction about the time. There's two different things there. The playground closes at 6.
Okay.
Okay, there's a difference, all right, between the park and the playground. Where the dog run is out.
They lock the
Let me-
whole park.
Let her
Let me-
finish.
So 1 second, let her, sorry, go ahead, Sheena, we have to hear what she's saying and then we can reply.
Right, thank you.
All right. So all playgrounds in New York City closes at a certain time. It's on there. In Bell South, there's 2 parts of Bell South: the playground and then it's the general park. The playground closes at 6 o'clock, and then the park closes at 9. I will send you signs to the community board tomorrow so you can see the signage that there is. I know what they're saying. They say they want to increase the park hours to 10 o'clock. The reason why we didn't want to increase it there 10 o'clock, the park, not the playground. Playgrounds close at a certain time. All city playgrounds close at 6 p.m. Right? Except in the summertime, then it's 9 p.m. Okay, that's in the summertime. But we're going into fall and winter, it's 6 p.m. Playgrounds close.
Yeah, the people that control the outside gates in the winter, they lock those gates at 6. So the whole park is closed.
So I will speak with the building that we have that agreement with, Cause you know that I would speak with them regarding that matter, because we have an agreement with them, and I'll make sure that they're following by the park rule, which is 9 p.m.
Thank
All right,
you.
all year long. The park rule is 9 p.m. all year long. The playground just differs from the peak season to the off season. Okay, that's all city parks and playgrounds. They're different signs, but 9 o'clock was something we suggested on.
Yeah,
And I will
thank you
speak to
very
them.
much.
Thank you, Sheena. Okay, so we have the resolution, we have that, we'll go forward with that, and then if you want to, you can come back next month, and we always have the parks report, and then you can follow up with Sheena if you have any questions. And there's also.
Question, when it comes to all these other bigger picture issues, the safety, the planting, all that, it sounds like the answer is we have to get, you know, really like organized groups in conjunction with your people, the Parks Department, and the people that really want to take care of each thing. That's how we're gonna get that stuff done.
I would really appreciate it because I just don't have enough staff to be able to dedicate it that. We use a lot of volunteers. We have a lot of great volunteers throughout our parks that help out. Stuyvesant Town is one of them. They do smaller areas and within District 6, like I'm trying to think of the name. I'm trying to think of the name. Can't think of the name. And then we also have the different friends groups, like Friends of DAG. They help out, right? They raise money and funding to buy different plants, and we work with them on these things. So yes, I welcome all of the help that we can get, because we can't do it alone, because I just don't have enough staffing to do it.
How can we get your information?
So what? Yeah, so everything like with Lexi, I know like we got a lot more questions and everyone's very concerned. I would just say, you can work with Lexi, please come back next month, just because, we're getting near 9 o'clock.
Appreciate everybody,
Thank you.
like your call and everything, and I know it's a lot, and we're very happy with our 3 resolutions. And,
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
want to say one thing, because I know, a lot of you just seem very young and not been here for a while, but when this park was redesigned, there were many community meetings we went to, and we live in the community, so we know that this park is in bad shape, and all that time that went into it and the $5 million to do it, it's really unfortunate that this is the situation.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that's my response, because that's really important, but also some of these things, like that picture that we saw of what looks like a tic-tac-toe board, there were people who came, like I remember the first redesign meeting I went to.
I
There
can't
was
hear Reshma.
big dogs, small dogs, and parents, and they were all saying, no, we want space for this, we want space for this. And there was discussion, and I have to go through the records because there was some issue with why the 2 dog runs didn't get done in the first place.
There wasn't enough funding.
There's not enough money, because there was a whole person who got a
Everyone wanted
PhD on why you need 2 dog runs, and I learned a lot as not a dog owner about this. And so just to give you some background, and it is something that we care about it,
And we get that, and a lot of us are newer to the
Yes,
neighborhood, we wanna help, and that was really, we got a lot done as far as who to contact, where to go, how to get this done. And a lot of the stuff that's like the children's stuff that's not being used, a lot of it would be done if the place was cleaner.
Yeah, and that's what, because a lot of parents came in and there was, small dog people, big dog people, the parents were all kind of like battling for space when we had those redesign meetings.
And Mark?
Just the question I had was, you were kind of getting at it, that there were 3 or 4 different groups that were very active. A lot of people who ran them passed away. Okay, Marty, I can't remember the names of them all now, we could probably have.
Up until 92, when I
Since
left
then,
that area, we had
Which was his born, but
Fitch Plaza West Tenants Association was, it's 800 apartments. They use the park a lot, but we also had the Bellevue South Park Association.
Right, that was,
Currently,
That's a good question.
Well, the thing is, so if they're already established, take it over.
The community board office
Yeah.
has a list
Yeah.
of all the community groups.
okay,
And who is the head of them and how to contact them.
so it's on your website, the community board 6.
If they're still, if they're still functional,
You
yeah.
could call Jesus and Brian
Jose.
as well, you can go.
You know the office, they will reply to you and give you the
Yeah,
information.
they'll give you the
Okay, fine.
information, and then with that, like I said, Lexi put them on there, and then they should be able to connect everyone, that's a really good.
And
idea.
Lexi is a great contact.
When we have like an in-person at that moment, safety, genuine safety issue, and the police are responsive, what is their suggestion?
Are you calling 911 or the precinct directly?
911. Like I was genuinely, I was actually texting with them, so I have the chain of it, because they say if you can't call us to text, and I was like, I can't call because the person is standing right here, and
The neighborhood, remember they had those neighborhood contact person?
The community relations.
They're done with that. The police don't do that any longer.
I think your best option is first to establish a group, get in touch with Lexi. Lexi will connect you with everyone.
With the other
He will
groups.
know what other groups there are,
Okay.
if they are there.
Okay.
And in
Which we
terms
do
of
have the drug
safety, I think you'll have to talk to Parks and see how to make it that.
That would be NYPD, that would have to be
Yeah,
the 13th.
I mean, do you guys have any pull with them to say this needs to stop?
I mean, that
So
would.
we go to the mayor's office, city council?
It's driving me down, don't just the elected officials, you know.
Well, we're looking to, we're looking to see if there's any extra funding to hire additional PEP officers. We think we have some. I gotta talk to Steve about it because I thought it was heard that's supposed to happen. So if so, that will be, it'll work somewhat in our favor. We need more than what we have. We just don't have enough. And the officers that we do have, right, they're stretched very thin, right? Because there's a lot of parks that's within, from 59th Street, heading south are in, they have, a lot of major issues, right? And I'm not going to say our parks don't, but, we need NYPD assistance, right? And, you're right about the precincts. They're not very helpful at times. You have to wait on them to come and do certain things. And it takes time for them to get there. And, just to see that they put that camera outside, and we thought that would be, that would help. I think it did some sort of deterrent, but we can't access it. We can't find out information about it, but I think, us working with the new NCOs, I don't know, they call it something else now, not NCOs.
Q teams, quality.
Yeah, quality.
They
Q
changed
teams.
they changed the initials.
Right. So we're looking to find out who the Q teams are in order to see if they can help. I reached out twice last week, and they were in a funeral, they was doing this, they was doing that. So, that's the NYPD. We work with what we have. So if we get additional PEP officers, I'll let you know.
Underneath the sign.
Okay, I think, yes.
Sorry, it's not even as much a question, it's something just very short that we wanted to mention. We, like, with the whole rat problem and everything there, of course, there's different ways of trying to get rid of them. We just want to bring to the attention of the park. We're not sure if it was the park that did it, but around last year, there was like rat poison put out. They looked a lot like dog treats, and they were all around the dog
So
park.
we don't use that. So so this particular park, we use our rat mitigation, which is a carbon monoxide unit that we use to smoke them out. So we use it at Stuyvesant. And when I asked for extermination to be done, because Bell South is so heavy inundated with rodents, we asked for that to get done because it's the most effective. It's just that I can't treat it like I can treat Stuyvesant because there's no house there that I can house people there 7 days a week. We use that. Bell South is our mobile unit. So Bell South is usually towards like the end that we come to clean before we go to our park houses that have schools adjacent to it. So I was advocating. Huh?
Can we get bait stations like those rocks?
I don't. If we think that can help, I can request it. But the carbon monoxide has been more effective than everything that we have used so far.
Yeah, my dog is attracted to like the rock stuff because he smells the dead rat in there. So
Let them do what they-
yeah, but you guys, we trust that you guys know what to do.
It works.
Yeah, it does.
So we don't use that any longer. But the carbon monoxide works great there. So
Okay, they're all
I'll see
in
how
favor.
often I can get them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
for your-
Your next
Hopefully it improves soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheena.
You're welcome. Good night.
Okay, so I have no new business, old business, chair, I have nothing else. That's it.
I mean, the one thing is, we should talk to public safety about, they do.
So we
safety
should,
meeting.
we can ask the
Yeah.
board office to also bring it up during.
Yeah.
any sort of
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
When is
Good
full
night.
building?
Or but.
Good night.
Yeah.
We can ask.
We,
All right.
Thank you,
Bye, Steve.
everyone.
yeah.
All right.
Once the quick.
Yes, we are adjourned, apparently.
Is there like a gavel
Good
at the
night.
end of that?
There is.
Oh, it's the
It's
10th.
never used.
That was a
Next
good
Wednesday,
meeting. Good night.
10th.
It's getting.
Minutes.
Thank you, I'm writing it,
Yeah.